A lot of people have been asking me what to do with the 200 inventory limit. So I thought I'd make a video on the different options that you could use in order to approach and maneuver your way around the 200 inventory limit with your new product. And by the end of this video, I'll share with you what I personally do with my own products. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I share my very own Amazon FBA journey, also mindset and Amazon FBA tips. So if you like to follow my journey, please subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for when I release a new video every week. Hey, I'm Robby. I'm a six-figure Amazon FBA seller, and within my first 8 months, I've sold over $325,000. You can see that right here. And since then, I have researched and tested many ways to maneuver my products around the 200 inventory limit. So now it's your turn to learn how to do that. All right, so let's get to it. Why is there a 200 inventory limit? First off, I want to say that if you didn't know, right now Amazon is holding a limit for new products where you can only send in a total of 200 units. They are doing this to control the traffic and prevent delays because of COVID. Last year, there was massive delays in the port for sea shipping, for sending inventory to Amazon and to ship to the customers. It was like delayed by a few weeks, so they're trying to control this by putting a limit on how many units we could send in for our new products. So hopefully they will be lifting the 200 limit soon, but we will never know when this is going to happen for sure. So right now you have to prepare for the worst and prepare your inventory for this limit. What can you expect from the first 200 units that you send into Amazon? So from my experience, your first 200 units are not to make profit or raise ranking or anything else, because if you sell the 200 units really quickly, and it doesn't matter how high your ranking goes, it's not going to stick. So that's why I kind of just forget about the ranking and all that. I just try to sell as many units as possible. You may be able to get 3 to 5 reviews, but the biggest thing from the first 200 units is to see how well you sell, so you can collect the data to predict and order the correct amount for your next production as soon as possible. The second biggest thing is raising your inventory limit with the first 200 units. You can raise your inventory limit as quickly as 14 days. With my own products, they have raised from 200 to 800 units in 14 days. So as long as you're trying to quickly sell your products, your inventory limit is going to raise. So you want to maximize every way to sell as many units as possible. I share how to do this in my previous video. You could check the link above or below in the description. In the description below, I'm gonna share that over there for you guys. So here are the 4 options. Note, always order 3 months worth of inventory, not 200 units for testing, because let's say your first 200 units sell really quickly and that's all you have, you're gonna have to place another order and you're not gonna be able to have anything to sell for another 80 to 90 days, so like 3 months. So you wanna order the minimum worth for 3 months to be as safe as possible, to also not go over 6 months, so you don't get stuck with a long-term storage fee. So we're gonna move forward. Option 1. So for all of these options that I'm gonna share with you, you're always gonna send 200 to Amazon, so I don't wanna keep saying it over and over. So number 1, you wanna send 200 to Amazon and the remainder of your inventory to your home. You can store the rest of the inventory at your house or someone's garage that you know, so like an aunt or uncle or cousin, their house, if they let you. And when Amazon FBA runs out of stock, you can send as many units as you can into Amazon as they allow you. And while you're waiting to send the inventory to Amazon, you can perform FBM, which is fulfilled by merchant, by yourself and send the orders out to customers manually. So that's what FBM is you fulfilling the orders yourself. But to me, we want to have a business and not be the business. So I do not want to trade my time for money. So I want to try to do as least work as possible, but this is solely up to you if you really want to make as much money as possible. But to me, I don't want to trade time for money, and this is a lot more time for you to pick, pack, and ship the products yourself. Number 2 is send the rest of your inventory to a third-party fulfillment warehouse. So a example of a third-party fulfillment warehouse is Deliver. This is one of my options when I was looking into this. So send some inventory to a third-party fulfillment warehouse like Deliver to perform FBM for you when your inventory from your FBA runs out of stock. So Deliver, they have a few warehouses all around the US, and they could deliver products to your customers within the prime limits, which is 2-day shipping. But the fees are really high to me. So you could do this. This is an option for you. So, but the only thing is, when you're sending your inventory to Deliver, you also have to send some inventory to a 3PL warehouse to store your remaining inventory and drip feed it into Amazon as your inventory limit goes up. And then you have the third-party warehouse do for FBM to fill in the out-of-stock gaps. So while you're drip feeding the inventory into Amazon from your third-party warehouse, Deliver will do FBM for you, so you never go out of stock. But one thing to note is a lot of fulfillment warehouses like Deliver do not allow you to forward inventory into Amazon. They only perform FBM, so you will have to find 2 warehouses, 1 to store your inventory and 2 to do the fulfillment for you. This requires a little more work mentally and physically to me, and requires more headspace because you have inventory everywhere, so your mind's gonna be clouded to me. So this is an option that I wouldn't do, but it's there for you to know. And if you have any questions, let me know below. Anything about inventory limits or managing inventory in general, don't hesitate to ask me. I look at all the questions and I answer them, so just let me know if you have any questions. Third, store the rest of your inventory at your supplier's factory. One thing that I do sometimes is I ask my suppliers if I could leave my inventory at the warehouse, and when I need to ship it, I'll ship it. So you can even try this with your new products or even your first product, and this will help build a relationship with you and your supplier. So you can ask your supplier if you can store the rest of the inventory at their factory until you need to ship it out. A lot of times suppliers will be okay with holding your inventory at no charge. The only thing is, if your 200 units sell out really quickly, you will have to wait another 5 weeks for your next batch of inventory to get into Amazon, as you have to ship the inventory again. You'll have the option to do Air Express. If your products is very light in weight, then Air Express is okay. But if your products are pretty heavy, then it's gonna be really expensive to do Air Express. I'm really thirsty, so hold on. One thing I want to note is that even though this is going to cost at least because you won't have to pay for additional storage, this will be the riskiest because you're going to have to wait 5 to 6 weeks to ship in the rest of your units into Amazon if you sell really quickly. So this last option that I'm about to share with you, this is what I personally do, and this is what I think is just the best option. You might think differently, but this is what I do. So lastly, just store the rest of the inventory at a 3PL warehouse. 3PL warehouse, they don't do FBM. All they do is store your inventory and forward it into Amazon. That's it. So drip feed inventory into Amazon from the 3PL warehouse as your inventory limit raises. This is more expensive than storing at your home, but in terms of time versus money, this will probably cost you less because time is more precious. The cost of storage and forwarding inventory from a 3PL warehouse usually only takes off about 2 to 3% off of my margin, which is okay. I don't mind waiting the extra 10 to 14 days for the inventory to get into Amazon and let my product be out of stock for a few days. I'd rather do this than have some inventory stored waiting to be sold at a third-party fulfillment warehouse, aka Deliver, because maybe I will never be able to sell all the units at the FBM warehouse, and if this happens, then I'll be stuck having to pay for extra storage, and I want to have less things cloud my mind. So this is what I personally do. This is less work physically and mentally. You don't have to pack anything yourself, and you won't have to think about things being everywhere. All you have to do is wait 2 weeks because your product's gonna be out of stock and let it ship into Amazon. But this will free up your mind and time. Remember, this is what I want to teach my students and you guys from my channel. is we want freedom. So remember, we are after freedom to release ourselves from the shackles that work has previously held us down with. We want to work less while making more money so we can live and enjoy our life now. So that's why I'd rather just have my mind clear and just let it be out of stock for 2 weeks, because the inventory limit's going to go up really high if you sell really quickly, and then you'll be able to rank and everything when your second set of shipments inventory goes into Amazon, then you'll be able to place your next order and everything will go by pretty smoothly. So this is just what I would do. And yeah, that's it, guys. So there you have it. Now you know the best methods in order to get yourself around the 200 inventory limit. I really hope that this video helps give you a clear mind so that you can make the best possible decision for yourself. If you have any more questions, I have a Facebook group of like-minded people like you and I who want to change their lives through Amazon FBA. I answer all the questions that are posted in that group. So if you'd like to join the group, the link is in the description below, and I really look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for watching my video. If you like this video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and share it with all your friends and family, and I'll catch you soon.